You're not losing because you're bad at chess. You're losing because you're not attacking properly. The one queen, the one random check, the one hope sacrifice. Nah, guys. I am going to be teaching you how to beat every single person at your level in chess. Okay? Stop rushing. Bring everything and we're getting right into this video, guys. Your opponents will collapse. Stay tuned. Feed a master Raheem Glaves here, and these are the master secrets, guys. Okay, so I'm going to be showing a small game to just demonstrate what I'm talking about. So first thing, with attacking chess, you need to actually understand tempo moves. Now, what are tempo moves? They're basically moves that buy you time. So your opponents constantly have to be responding to what you're doing. They don't have time for their own plans. So right here, look, move 2, it's d4. If black just does his thing, let's say that black wants to develop a knight, you're like, what are you talking about, develop a knight? I am attacking your pawn. So they have to respond to what you're doing. They take, and then you attack again. So they're like, I want to develop my knight again, but no, my pawn is under attack. But this is the thing, guys. At the beginner levels, they don't understand the importance of like real good development. Here, the main moves again, knight to c6, but why? This person found out in this game, we saw c5, guys. They're like, wait, white gave me a pawn, let me defend it. And they don't understand that this is absolutely bad for their chess. This is not just for this game in particular. It's just something that you guys need to master. Overall, the importance of development. It doesn't matter if you're up 1, 2, 3 points. If your development is terrible, then you will be punished if you're playing against like somebody decent. So here we had bishop to c4. And remember, when you're attacking, you want your moves to come with threats, guys. You want tempo moves. So what is this threatening currently? Black didn't understand tempo moves, played a6 in the game, and now we're showing him the real threats of the position. So knight to e5. Masters try to attack with multiple pieces. So here, you try to team up with pieces on weak areas. Areas that can't be defended sufficiently. So what's happening here? We're threatening the f7 pawn, and just like, guys, that can't be defended. Black tried knight h6 to defend the pawn. We are now removing the guard. So the reason why they tell you in the opening to develop your knights first before like your bishops, it's because the bishops can actually be active on the background. They could just be pointing again in your opponent's side of the board without even moving. So they have more squares to basically like pick from. Knights, it's normally very common that they put the knight there. But look, the guy played knight h6. This bishop that hasn't moved from the game has started did damage. It's just bursting up the entire king side. And the game was done. We had no knight takes f7. But look, all of this, it's because black is like super low in development. This is the Scotch gambit, by the way. You can actually try it out. So, bishop, knight. This is now a fork on the queen and rook. Done. Queen a5. Now we had pawn to c3. Again, for the purpose of the video, guys, remember, you need development. Not everybody will like get this 100% from the get-go, but it's something that you need to practice. If you are interested in 1v1 sessions, you could book through my website. The link is going to be in my description and also pinned in my comments. RaheemGlaveschess.com. You need to understand the importance of development. The more pieces you have in the game, the better. So now we had rook, and the next thing is that you cannot attack if you don't have any pieces in this area. That's the king, guys, right? You need pieces crossing into that area. So that's what happened. The bishop was pointing over there, teamed up with the knight. They want help. What do? We bring more pieces. You need to bring pieces into this area to basically start, again, being aggressive, attacking. Now we call this the 3-piece combo. If you could get 4 over there, the more you have, the better, guys. We had no rook to g6. For tactics, you know, whenever you see pieces on the same line, they're normally tactics on that area. We had no knight to e5, putting pressure on the pinned piece. Takes, knight takes, development. So now we have 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces into the game. Black only has 2. Nothing, like, this is done. But guys, just focus on development and tempo moves. Takes, bishop to g4. Like, black is trying everything to not suffer. That was a piece. Knight here, knight back to e5. Look, understand that white is not easing up the pressure, guys. He needs pieces into this area. So, working on attacking chess, point pieces over there. Like, your opponents won't get time to breathe. You will beat people effortlessly if you just implement this properly. Takes. Look, we are always looking for a move in that area. But first, king safety is important. But, again, engine is showing you could have, like, get some stuffs. But for, like, good chess, castles is alright. It's okay. You know what, castles, what average players would do is just move normal pawns. We are having a two-piece combo currently. Whenever you have a piece pointing in your opponent's half, those automatically become dangerous pieces for your opponents. So we check moves in that area first. Always check a move in your opponent's side of the board before you, again, continue with natural moves. So like this check. It's a move in our opponent's half, and trust me, look, because we are restricting squares with the active pieces, he's done. Takes. Rook to d7, and guess what? We're like, this is a one-piece counter-attack. We need more. You could bring the knight, you could bring the rook and make your opponent resign. But just practice attacking chess, especially at the lower levels. The people just suffer, guys. So just do this, like, share, and subscribe. Thanks again for watching. Implement this, and yeah, you can actually try out the Scotch Gambit, guys. Peace.